Welcome, everybody. This is the Kubernetes 1.10 release team meeting. It is Friday, March 23rd, 2018. And with luck, this will be the penultimate meeting of the release team for 1.10. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll walk through timeline and go through the meeting minutes. If you want to see these minutes after the fact, please visit bit.ly/Kates110-Burndown. And in case I didn't mention this before, I'm Jay Singer-Dumars, release lead, and here we go. So as always, I will fumble my way through sharing the screen. Let's see. Okay, looks like that is shared. So today, timeline, let's go through the risk assessment. This one popped up, and I'm not exactly sure where this came from or why, but it looks like a bump in Heapster. Let's see if any changes have happened on this. No context. Does anybody know anything about this? Because there's no SIG. It's a version bump, and there doesn't seem to be any context whatsoever.
Wait, so without the SIG, who proved it?
Looks like,
because my inclination is going to be to reject any feature bump, any version bump until after the release. So the unless there's a, because I'm just imagining this going in and a whole bunch of tests going red.
Yeah. So the thing is, though, that we don't bump versions on patch releases, because technically a bump in a version is a feature, not a bug fix, unless the bump is to specifically address known issues. I mean, there are some issues associated with this, but it's mostly just performance improvements and stuff like that. So I'm really not feeling super comfortable with this, especially since the release is going to go out on Monday. The people who are associated with this PR are apparently in Europe and Asia, so there's a gap there. I can follow it this weekend, and I might ask for special dispensation from the release team in the release channel over the weekend. But I'm feeling pretty sketch about this particular change.
I mean, my perspective is that we should put a hold on it merging until we actually have more information about it.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's not going to merge because it's a cherry pick. So the only way this would merge is if Caleb approves it and merges it.
Okay.
So, all right. So we'll see about that. I'm with you, Josh, that this just doesn't feel. It feels really bad to have a major change because Heapster has different impacts all over the place.
Yeah. Okay.
Okie dokie. So let's continue here. Sorry, I have too many windows open, and Zoom does not make any of this easy. I know I complain about it every time. Sorry. You can put it in the retro. Jace complains way too much about Zoom.
Well, you know, you could join us over at Red Hat and spend a lot of time complaining about blue jeans.
Thanks, but no thanks. All right, so it looks like this is all in process. Anybody want to touch base on this of the people who are assigned? Nick or Jennifer or Michelle, if you're on.
Michelle. What is that? I didn't get to see the title.
Oh, this is the. Sorry, this is the workarounds for the storage issue, the host path. So it looks like
Okay, so I believe Jennifer is flying, yes, okay. Anyway, so I believe Jennifer is flying, so she can't comment on it, but we're working on making sure all of this is documented in the release notes. As I told her yesterday, up until yesterday, I was really good and sick. So today and Monday and the weekend are my days to make sure that I might as well give my update now, so I'll do that.
okay.
The edits are all done, and I did the TLDRs, and I'm going to drop those into Slack to just confirm them with the SIGs. And then from here, it will be, I'm going to go ahead and lock the Google Doc for editing, and we will, and I will go ahead and get it converted over to Markdown, and then we will focus on getting the last bits in. Noah's been tracking down the known issues and so on and so forth, and last minute PRs. He's been doing an awesome job on that. Could not have done this without him. And so we'll get that finalized. So the answer is, we're aware that it is an issue. It is not yet in the release notes, and there. Okay. If there's anything else you want to know, just ask.
All right, fair enough. As long as it's in process, this is not a blocker necessarily. It's just good to have done. Well, actually, it kind of is a blocker, because if that isn't documented in the release notes, then that's a problem. Why is my...
We'll get it today. Don't worry.
What was that?
We'll get it today.
Okay, cool. Sen, you're kind of on point on this. What's the deal here? Was this actually resolved?
So I think this job has some setup issues. So I don't think this job ever passed from the very beginning, because we don't have a branched version of cross job. I don't think this job should be blocking at all.
If it's never successfully run and is not configured to work on the branch the right way, then I would also agree with that.
By looking at it in the 1.9 blocking dashboard, the kubeadmin 1.8 on 1.9 job has the same symptom. It never passed. I would say probably move the job out of the blocking dashboard until it's properly configured.
I am fine with that. I would love to have anybody here who feels differently to speak up.
I don't really even understand what that test does. So.
Or not does, as the case may be. Okay, cool. I don't see any reason to not do that. I mean, it always gives me a little worry that we're gonna blow up Kubadium some way, but
yeah. One quick question: is there any person who we know we can work with to figure out why it's not properly configured? Do we have an owner for the job at all?
That is a good question.
Looks like it's between successful lifecycle and us. So Ben has fixed all the kubeadmin job for non-branch version. So for example, the kubeadmin 1.10 job is working.
Okay.
It's the 1.9 on 1.10 does not have the right dependency.
Okay. Sen, maybe we can take this offline, and then I can probably look into tracking something down.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
And I think we added this job merely by copy pasting from the 1.9 blocking dashboard.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll trust that based on the signal we have, the history, and where we're at in the release cycle, that this is not a blocker. That it's just something that needs to be resolved, and maybe we can put this in the retro for next time, because 111, this will come up again, guaranteed. Sen, did this thing ever finish? Oh, who's that?
Yeah, which one is that? Oh, the soak one. Yeah, I kicked off the job again, and now it's passing now. So the first timeout was correct. So it was timing out at 10 hours. After the bump, now it's finished like right at 10 hours. And I think the previous timing out has resulted in a bad cluster. So after I kicked it off again, it's now fully green. So I believe it's not an issue anymore.
Okay. All right, the scalability regression. Anybody here have the latest and greatest on this?
So it looks like we still have one outstanding PR for this.
Yeah. Yep. Which we will review momentarily. I believe it should be in there. Yeah. And this one was just missing nothing. So this is ready to merge. I don't know why it hasn't merged yet. Let's check tests. Okay. So it looks like just tests on this. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let's hope that gets done and we get green signal after that. Sen, how long does it actually run? Or how long will it take before we get good signal on that to know if it worked?
Isn't it stability team need to? So this does not lead to any like green or red signals, right? It's just like performance data.
Oh, true that. Yeah. So
I think we need to look at the performance dashboard and see the impact. Hopefully the that node uptime will like go down something. We can check that back home after that thing is merged.
okay. All right. So fingers crossed that that's still doing what it needs to do. And any change in sentiment amongst the team about the release health and our hitting our target on Monday?
Well, other than the possibility that the performance test won't be green.
Yes.
I'd like to invite Scalability into Monday's Burndown meeting and ask them to sign off on this.
Okay. What is going on here? Hang on. Okay. And if they don't agree, they better have a really strong reason why. Right. So I think actually since I did this morning, things have changed. It was 6 open issues, and now it's 5. These two need milestone approval. So I don't know what the deal is there. Let's go ahead and Josh.
The
Let's.
first one probably.
I'm sorry, Sen.
Yeah, the first one probably should not in like this milestone.
Yeah. No, so we checked already on the GK dashboard tests. Are not a blocker, and may not even be a real issue.
Okay, I'm taking out a
check with the
milestone.
safe. Okay.
Okay. This is the one we were just talking about, which we also agreed is we're going to pull out of the milestone. Is that correct?
Yeah. Maybe put 111 there.
Okay.
Or here for now. It's fine.
All right. What is this? Oh, that's the one that's being worked. Scalability, we've got a beat on that, and that's the accumulator. Good. Okay, that all looks good. Fantastic. Oh, sweet relief. Open PRs. These are all they're in progress. I pinged the approvers on 2 of the 3 because they weren't getting approved. So hopefully those will happen. And as we saw earlier, this one, the pod schedule bug is missing passing tests. So hopefully once those are in place, that'll go through and merge. Any idea about if there's flakes happening in the submit queue right now, Sen, that might inhibit that from merging?
I haven't checked. I'll take a look.
Because it looked like it was failing on something it should not be failing on, if I recall. The basal test, I think it was. Somewhere in there. Anyway, yeah, just
last batch was failed on the integration test.
Okay. Yeah, if we could just keep an eye on that, if there's anything you can tell about that, that'd be great.
Looks like a flake. I'll keep an eye on the next one.
Okay, thanks. All right, so let's run through. This is going to be pretty quick. Josh, anything to share that we haven't already gone over?
No, we went over everything.
Okay, great.
If you look at the tracking board, we've got 2 yellow.
Oops, not the spreadsheet. You got muted, Josh.
Oh, sorry. The yellows in there are the ones that we just discussed.
Okay, great.
We're waiting for test results on merges on one, 2 things. Fluent D. It hasn't actually been closed. Has the underlying issue been fixed?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know that was a release blocker. Where is that issue? This one here?
That was one of the breakouts from the general performance regressions.
It's not in the milestone. It must have been pulled out.
So it's not a fixed, but also not a blocker. Okay.
Yeah. So this was, we need to track this for 111. And actually I'm going to put it in 111. But it was kind of agreed upon that it's not a blocker for 110. All right, cool. So you can, if you update that would be great. All right. So then, Sen, anything else that you want to go over?
Nope. Already covered those.
Okay. Anybody from Test Info on? I can't see the attendance list.
Should be nothing from
Okay.
Test Info.
All right. Natasha, marketing update?
Yep. So I'm just waiting for confirmation from Brian on that one of the edits that he requested in the blog release has been clarified to his satisfaction. And then there's a couple things that we're filling out, like links to release notes and making sure that the wording for the features blogs are consistent. But other than that, in terms of the actual like intro paragraph and the meat of the features, everyone worked on those the last several days, and we are in a phenomenal place for Monday. So really happy there. We had a wonderful interview with Mike Fizzard of Container Journal this morning. That was Eeyore and Saad. Saad did an amazing job, answered all of his questions. So he's going to publish a story. I also have the blog draft as well as the media FAQ out to 14 other publications. Most of them have indicated that they will write based off of what we sent them. And they'll follow up with any questions that they have, which is wonderful because they're writing off of our announcement. And I've gotten some requests from some of the companies like Red Hat, CoreOS, and VMware, and Google, just double checking what features did make it into the release, what the release date and time are going to be, because they want to schedule their blogs with us versus before us. So right now, I'm very, very happy, and we are scheduling the webinar. We have one more person scheduled for the blog series. So in terms of marketing, like we are in the home stretch. And next week, hopefully, we can just watch all the great coverage trickle in.
Oh, that's fantastic. Boy, it's been a roller coaster. Thank you so much for your incredible work on this. It has taken a lot of diligence and follow-up to make sure that this was complete. You know, I talked to Brian Grant yesterday a little bit as I was asking him to review the blog one last time. And he said, you know, we've said that we wanted to do a stabilization release for a while, and this sort of accidentally happened. 110 is essentially, I mean, if you want to call it that, a stabilization. Although I don't think we've specifically called that. So it's interesting.
Yeah, but we have only one official stable feature, but we have a lot of beta features that have integrated from the previous alpha features.
Well,
so yeah, it is really the stabilization, not stable release.
Well, stabilization in the sense that moving things to beta is really super important. So in a sense, I mean, all those moves to beta are also a kind of stabilization. I mean, not GA features per se, but just the track is they're progressing forward, which is good.
Right. Yep.
Eeyore, are you in some sort of undisclosed location? It's funny. All I see is like slight.
I'm in my cube cave.
Okay, good. Okay, then release notes. We got that update already. User-facing documentation. Anything we want to hit there? I think Jennifer might be out, so we're going to assume that she was able to get those last updates in, but I'll follow up with her offline.
Give me one second, because she just slacked me. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I need to confirm the release notes, the ultimate release notes URL.
Okay.
I had sent her so anybody here can probably answer this question. I had sent her this message, and she had said, yeah, she thought so, but I just dropped it in the chat. But if anybody can look at that and go, yeah, because she just sent me a note that says she thinks we may have changed it for 1.9. So does this look right to you guys? I mean, it doesn't exist yet.
Well,
So
yeah, that does not. That's correct. As far as I know, yeah, I mean, I think that's right.
okay. Well, the fact that the document itself exists, in the worst case scenario, we could always put a redirection link there. You know, see the release notes here if necessary. So that's. I just wanted to make sure we weren't putting something completely nonsensical in the.
Well,
You don't have to generate any of that. All the only thing you need to do is put all the human curated release notes
right.
in the release directory, and the release tooling will pick it up and merge it in with that automated generated.
Right. That I knew. I just wanted to make sure that
this is
that's
this is the draft. This is where those notes should go.
Yeah.
Correct, as I recall.
Yes, and we'll need to just make sure that Anago is looking at there rather than in the features repository. But that's simple. It's just Anago change.
Okay, I was under the impression that it already looked here, but
it hopefully does. But I think 1.9 still lived in the features repo, and not in SIG releases repository.
Okay.
Got it.
But just put it someplace, and we'll figure it out. Just before
Like
Monday.
I said, I just wanted. Well, today is when it's going into the draft markdown. So.
Yeah, if it goes there, that'll be fine.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
No worries. Great. So yeah, let's see. I think that's it. Caleb, do you have any updates, branch updates, etc.? Anything? There's one cherry pick that I think I had thrown your way that you got approved.
Yeah, I was just so I pinged Tim Allclair on back channels here, so I haven't heard anything back about the PR he needs to approve.
Okay.
And did get some more context on that Heapster bump that is from SIG instrumentation. But those folks are in Warsaw, as you, yeah. So it doesn't sound critical for this release, although there are some bug fixes there. I told them to follow up on the issue.
Okay.
If they really need to get it in, but it sounds like it would be okay to not make it.
Okay. And if it is, I mean, this is one of those things where, and this is going to be up to you as branch manager for this period. If this is something that you feel that can go into the branch and not destabilize and throw us off, then I will, in this case, defer to your judgment. So if you are able to do the due diligence around that decision, that would be greatly helpful.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Caleb. All right. I think that's the end of our regularly scheduled topics. Anybody have any announcements? Anything they want to talk about?
I just wanted to say thanks to everybody. I won't be here Monday or Tuesday because I'll be off teaching a class, but for my first session going through the release team, this has been a incredibly fun, slightly crazy, more than slightly crazy endeavor. And I mean, I don't know if you all know, this was actually my first contribution to the project, so this was a blast. And I just want to thank everybody.
And I want to thank you, Noah, because you have done an awesome job and really, 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 really could not have done this without you, honestly. And it really, yes, thank you very much for adding that, Chase. You've been amazing, and we never would have known it was your first time, and thank you.
Yeah.
And please use the shoutouts channel in Kubernetes Slack to make this public.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I'm going to do.
You're going to get a left shark, Noah, just FYI. I know. Left shark. All right. Cool. Anything else anybody has to add? All right, team. I could not be more proud and honored to work with all of you. This has been a thrilling experience, and Monday we're going to put this thing out in the world after what seems like a million years of effort, but really 3 months of concerted strategic effort to get this happening. Truly appreciate all of your help. And again, thank you. Can't wait. So Monday we'll have our final release team meeting, hopefully, and then Thursday next week, the second 45 minutes of the community meeting will be the retrospective for the release. So please make sure that the release retro doc has anything that you want to add in there, and we'll discuss it at length and identify how Josh Burkus can make 111 even more awesome. So, all right, everybody, thank you.
Later.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Bye.